What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a brand new episode of Custom Showcase, and this is one that I was able to throw together kind of quick, which is surprising because some of them take like a month or two to get done, but this one I was able to expedite a couple parts. So we're going to be taking a look at a custom Ultimate Edition Samoa Joe. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. Alright, so this idea came to me, honestly, whenever he won the championship with MJF. I've been a fan of Joe's for years, and I liked him in TNA back in the day. I loved him in NXT. WWE, he was alright, but NXT was definitely really strong for him. And he kills it in AEW and Ring of Honor. So I had to make a proper version because that Target exclusive AEW figure wasn't cutting it. And his Mattel Elites weren't giving me the range of motion that I wanted for somebody that is quite flexible for their size. So here we have this Ultimate Edition Samoa Joe. Of course, you can throw the title with him, whatever. But this was a curious case. Now, as you will see, there is a little bit of that bobbleheadness going on. I got to fix that, but I wanted to get this video out before the pay-per-view this weekend. I'm going to be in Revolution, or at Revolution, in 2 days, sitting a third row, hard cam side. I'm going to be wearing a Razor Ramon inspired button-up shirt, so definitely look for me. I'm going to be there with Abigail. Let me know if you guys see me on TV. But let's go ahead and talk about this Samoa Joe. Now, this is the head from the Survivor Series Elite set. That is, I mean, this was also from other figures, but that's the one I took it from. The one where he was in the blue attire, which is the inspiration, of course, because I've seen people do red. I wanted to do blue. And it was a nice choice. For the torso, this is actually the George the Animal Steel torso with all of the hair removed. And you can imagine how much of a pain that was, trying to remove the hair from the butterfly joints, the neck, the back, the torso, the stomach, the chest, even the arms. But I decided once that was done that I did not want to use those arms in particular. We switched over to the Ultimate Edition Brock Lesnar arms. Now, after the news that came out about Brock and Vince, I had no use for that figure anymore. And instead of selling it, I said we're going to use them from parts. So I used the Ruthless Aggression Brock Lesnar Ultimate Arms, acetoned off the shoulder tattoos. No issue there whatsoever. A whole lot easier than the torso and all that crap. But I realized I got a little paint scuffing up here on the forehead. I'm going to have to take care of that. This is the George the Animal Steel crotch piece too. The only thing I don't like about it is the drop down hips. But it's just one of those things. No sense in changing the crotch piece if you don't have to. The Ultimates are on ball joints. Therefore, this Samoa Joe has the drop down hips that you can see there. Now, I was going to use the Brock Lesnar legs. Once again, got no use for that figure anymore. But they made him too tall, and I wanted him to be in scale with the other figures that he is supposed to be in scale with, like we see with his Survivor Series Elite here. And I don't know about you guys, but that scale is pretty, I mean, if anything, he's a hair short. But the way I had him beforehand with the Brock Lesnar legs, he was about as tall as Brock. And that's just not what you want. So, it is what it is. I got the new Legends Rhythm and Blues Greg the Hammer Valentine figure. Took the thighs from that. And that is what you see here. Now, also with this material that is being used, this isn't going to stain the figures, which is awesome. Because that is an issue with a lot of figures nowadays. The lower legs aren't ideal, but is the only thing I could think of at the time. Since these are pinless legs and these are pin legs, there was no proper way for me to switch this to give him that knee pad look that's cut in the middle. I can just cut a hole out of there. But these knee pads are connected to the boots on this figure. It's just not going to work that way, sadly. But I will cut a little hole in the knee pads now that I'm looking at that. It's not 100% identical, but it is definitely going to do what I think it needs to do. Also, his shorts seem like they're shorter nowadays. So that's why I went with the cloth goods route. Now, these cloth goods are made by the same wonderful woman that made my Spirit Squad pants. That is Rebelton Customs on Instagram. You can hit her up for all kind of work. I actually made a connection with her in MBG, which is one of our favorite figure photographers in the wrestling community. Dude just does amazing work. She made these for me. I said, "Are you familiar with Samoa Joe?" She said, "Yeah, I watched him growing up." Give me the cuts in the sides, make them where they're a little flowy, and we have Samoa Joe's shorts. And I am more than happy with how these turned out. I can't give her enough praise, honestly. And I think the shorter shorts look better on him and give you more movement than his initial Elite would have. The torso is great. I think that it works for both of them. The Ultimate Torso is a little slim, but it is our only real choice at the moment, unless you want to go the Andre the Giant route. That doesn't make any sense realistically. So it is what it is. I thought George Animal Steel is going to work good, and it's also going to be the perfect torso if you're going to want to make an Ultimate Edition Kevin Owens. So if that's something you're looking forward to, do it. I do want to figure out how to get a wrap like this on the elbow to go over there, and eventually do white wrist tape instead of the black. So I'm gonna hit up my boy Ivy Customs Figgies and see if he can make me a cloth elbow pad. And maybe I might have to shrink wrap some, not shrink wrap, well, I guess you like the shrink style wrist tape to cover up that black with white. But I think it looks good. Now, as far as scaling, let's go ahead and put him up next to the way undersized basic Swerve. That is just, this figure is just criminally small, so it's not going to work right anyway. Let's put him up next to my custom Mattel Hangman Page. I think that gives you a great size comparison. And let's put him up against, let's see, the Ultimate Roman Reigns. And when you put him like that, he might be a hair too small or too big. But I am very, very pleased with it, and like, it's great work, and I think it looks so much better once you put the title with it and complete the whole Samoa Joe getup. That is a fearsome man, and I think it looks good. Now all you gotta do is just put the towel wrap around him, give him a cloth T-shirt. Like, the possibilities are endless. But that is it for my custom Ultimate Edition Samoa Joe. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least, take it easy.